Hello and welcome to Sports by Compion. My name, of course, is Stephen Compion. And I'm joined here by both my co-hosts. It's a beautiful evening. You know, one of them can't talk, so we're going to go right to this other one over here on the left. Extra handsome Corey Compion is here in the house. Corey, what are you doing over there?
Did you just die, Steven? What just happened?
What
Were
are
you
you
sneezing?
doing?
What was any of that?
What are you
We're
doing
falling
Hello.
over
apart over
there?
here.
We sure are, man. We just started.
We gotta get serious on this episode, all right, Corey? All right, that's enough out of you. Daniel, how are you, sir?
Uh, Fantastic.
You know, it's great to see you here. Your shirt looks amazing.
Hey, it's
Tulsa
great to be
Rugby
in first
represents.
place.
He is
Winner.
tied for first place. So I guess some people out there would say Mr. Gill may or may not know football. We are here for another episode of the Pick'em Boys. Another episode of coming to the gurus, the masters, the people who really understand football, Dan. Not us, but like other people. Oh wait, no, they are coming to us. Never mind. So yeah, anyway, we have you people covered. If you're looking to make millions of dollars off of our bets, I'm not saying that there's one guy who's already invested $5,000 in how much of experts we are.
Hey, 6,000.
Oh,
Six.
6,000. Oh man, I am so wrong. But anyway, we are experts. You're in the right place. Let's hop right into this, Dan. Let's not waste any more time. It's Thursday night
I
football
made
coming.
$8. Made $8 over the my last week's bet, so I'm definitely on a hot streak here.
You hear that, people? $8.
$8.
But if you take his bets and bet them the way you people bet, you could win thousands.
It was like 3 of the 4 bets that I placed hit, and some of them were parlays, so you know.
He
Pretty
can
good.
buy himself a Happy Meal.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. Maybe not, actually. Inflation's really gotten
Not
crazy.
bad, but
Inflation's gotten out of control. Anyway, Pittsburgh Steelers are hosting Tennessee Titans for Thursday Night Football. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen in this game, dude? What's going on? Is Will Levis a guy? Is Kenny Pickett injured? The Steelers desperately need to win. I think they know this. This is a tough game to pick, but I'm going Steelers, I guess.
The battle of the backups, but I do believe in the heart of the cards. I do believe that the Steelers are going to bring it home because we need them to.
We need them to, according
We
to
need
Frankie. So we all have to pick them for this, Dad. All right, get on the
We have to
train.
just channel our energy into the Steelers.
Yeah.
yeah, as much as I want to support Frankie on
Oh
this one,
my
I did
God.
go Titans
You know
on
what
this.
is?
Lone Wolf.
You know what the problem is, Corey? Is that
Mm.
he's not committed. He hasn't invested like $5 or $7 like me and you have. We've
Right.
committed.
We're
We're
in
invested, dude. We're in this, Dad. Stop being such a bystander. God. But anyway, yeah. So Lone
Right.
Wolf goes to Dan Gill. I hope you're
I
proud of
think,
yourself.
I mean, it's good that Pickett's in, but I think with Fitzpatrick being out in that defensive back, it's going to be tough for their defense, I think.
But they have no one to throw the ball to. Well, I guess
They do.
D-Hop is actually finally getting the ball, so they do have someone to throw the ball to. That's fair.
I was
That
just
is a
wondering. I
little
was like,
concerning.
did D-Hop like just sign with the Titans, or has he been there?
I hate saying it, it's just Derrick Henry. Like he's
Right.
prone to go off at any time.
But also, like,
Yeah.
seriously, I was like watching that game, and I was like, I wasn't watching that game, but I was seeing the highlights. I was like, so was it DeAndre Hopkins just signed last week or something? Like, where's he been? Has he been on vacation? I don't understand. Like, the dude just popped out of nowhere and scored 3 touchdowns.
If Tannehill couldn't do anything with him, it's not his fault. It's not Hopkins' fault. So
Yeah,
what a
Tannehill
mess.
didn't want to give him the ball. He's just like, this ball is mine, and I'm going to give it to my bad receivers. You can't have it.
Anyway, we've talked about
He's
this
taking
game
his
for
ball and going
far
home.
too long. We have a much more. This one's crazy, guys. Dolphins, Chiefs, absolute madness, pandemonium. The Chiefs have
Will
lost.
Taylor Swift be there? That's the deciding factor,
This
obviously.
is a very important factor, but one we don't know for sure. Taylor Swift is questionable for the game. I think she has like a career or something that she may be having to attend to. But in the meantime, Miami comes to town, and I just don't see Patrick Mahomes losing 2 games in a row. So that's why I went Chiefs here.
I'm going Chiefs as well. I feel like the Dolphins are really good at beating up bad teams,
Yeah.
but they haven't really beat any they beat good teams, but they haven't beat Super Bowl contending teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys. I won't choose myself. And you stole one of my lines earlier this year. When was the last time you saw Mahomes lose 2 games in a row? It really doesn't happen very often. But who knows? I don't know. I might flip it, but right now I'm going Chiefs myself.
Agreed. Minnesota loses Kirk Cousins for the year after he was having a fucking year, man. Good for him. Was absolutely balling out. But unfortunately, he does tear his ACL or his Achilles, actually. Just like Aaron Rodgers, which is kind of crazy that like suddenly everyone's tearing their Achilles. Like the simulation's like, all right, this is what we're doing now. No more ACLs. Now everyone tears their Achilles. It's like simulation.
Dude,
Try to be original.
I swear it's that.
It's
that or UCLs at this point.
It's ridiculous.
Did I tell you guys my theory on this? That these dudes are so crazy athletic that you can't really train your ligament, or at least these guys don't really go through the process of like stretching their ligaments properly. But they have these like crazy superhuman muscles, so they like tense that muscle, and the muscle tenses so hard it just literally rips the ligament off. I have no science to back this up, but that's what makes sense to me in my bro brain.
Dude, that was absolute bro science, and we're claiming it like fact here on Sports.com. And we're gonna make sure we put that on the ticker. We have figured out.
Figured out why everyone's tearing their ligaments now.
What's the minute mark on this, Dan? This is a short right here. Anyway, moving on, guys. We got another very important game to get to. Oh, hold on, we're not moving on. We're still on this topic. I'm sorry. Minnesota traveling to Atlanta. I am taking Atlanta for this. I don't trust Desmond Ridder, but I trust the rest of the Falcons team. And I have talked. I've asked some inappropriate questions about Josh Dobbs, but that aside, I still don't believe in him as a quarterback. No offense, Josh. I just don't think you're very good at football.
I think Dobbs is a guy, but like Heineke is that.
He just got teleported into the Minnesota offense, though. Like, is he even starting?
Yeah,
Dobbs just got traded from Arizona to Minnesota to play there now.
He came into the Cardinals with like 2 weeks under his belt, and he was playing for them.
That's a good point. This is a good point.
He's kind of a plug and play kind of guy,
Yeah, play Tyler Heineke. I feel much better about this, but as it stands right now, I'm still going Atlanta regardless.
I'm going Atlanta pending if what Manny does. Whatever Manny does, I have to do the opposite because that's just how life is.
Right, yeah. He must be nervous about the Vikings game.
Right.
It's sad for him to see his boy Kurt go down. I know he's a big believer in Kurt. That was another lost episode, unfortunately, Dan. Was a Manny Bogle episode, and he came on here and proclaimed his love for Kirk Cousins and how he fully believes in him. And you can tell us that, Corey.
Tons of faith. He's
big Kirk Cousins guy. Arizona just trades away the only guy winning any games on their team. And so I think they're gonna.
I'm pretty sure
Josh Dobbs.
This is Kyler Murray's first game back.
Oh, yeah, they're still gonna fucking lose. Kyler Murray fucking sucks at football. Sorry, don't believe in you, Kyler Murray. And that one I'm not sorry about. That guy sucks, and he looks like he's stupid. And yeah, no, I got nothing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get all rowdy on Kyler Murray because I have before, but fuck that guy.
But there's a serious question that needs to be asked.
Is he a real quarterback? No, he's not, Daniel. He's a child. Send him away.
Is there a Call of Duty event this weekend?
There's a Halloween one going on right now.
Okay, because I was saying if there is, they're gonna lose. He tends to lose when they have Call of Duty events.
It's right after
he's been probably really getting in there ever since he's been injured.
If they put out an expansion, he loses the next game.
All right, well they better put one out like tonight.
Right.
I'm going Browns.
Yeah, Browns all day, dude.
Sean Watson, the XFL product, PJ Walker. It's tearing it up.
Make it happen.
Forget Deshaun Watson. And Walker we trust.
We trust indeed. All right, Rams travel to the
NFL quarterbacks out here today. I like it. Heineke and PJ Walker.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, Rams traveling to Packers. Packers are looking for answers, and I don't think they're going to find them against the Rams, Dan. I hate to say it, but your boys look as lost as the Buccaneers do.
I took Rams myself. Now, I guess the interesting part is that I don't want to say could flip it is Matthew Stafford is questionable.
Oh yeah, I just see that.
So if he doesn't play, then maybe we looking at someone else because I'm pretty sure.
What happened to him?
Because
Did he get hurt?
I forget what it was. Thumb.
Bummer.
He wasn't practicing this week, but I'm pretty sure Brett Rippon would be their starting quarterback if Matthew Stafford doesn't play, because I don't believe Stetson Bennett's back yet from his undisclosed issues. So I don't know. If he doesn't play, who knows? But Green Bay's defense has been struggling. Their offense, and they just traded away Douglas, like one of their top defensive players,
for a third-round pick. Like, what?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of teams trading away people for small amounts of picks, the Washington Commanders just basically gave away the farm. And I think they're still probably going to win this game because the Patriots are that bad. Although now that I'm thinking about this, maybe the Patriots are going to win because literally they just gave away the farm. They got rid of Chase Young for a third-round pick. Like, what? Who approved that, dude? You guys spent a first-round pick, like one of the top 2 or 3 on this guy, like 3 years ago. He's been productive for you, other than he's been hurt. But we're just going to trade him for a third-round pick.
Did you hear about it? Did you hear about the joke running around with that? Is John Lynch is out here playing 4D chess in the NFL because the Commanders GM used to be the assistant GM of the 49ers. So, like, he's getting hooked up, I guess.
He's sending out his minions. Go be GMs and then superload me with your players.
Dude, that trade was insane. And then, if that wasn't enough, they got rid of Sweat for fucking Montez Sweat for fucking a second-round pick, which I also think he was a first-round pick.
Why is Sweat more valuable than Chase Young? Is he? Like,
that's also crazy to me too, Corey.
It's crazy. Like,
he's been around longer, more established, but yeah, what?
I saw a meme of, like, you know, the Yu-Gi-Oh thing where he's like, it should have been me. He's like, you know, watching Chase Young go play in 49ers when he has to go to the Bears. And he's like, no, it should have been me. I should have gone to contend. Like, that is such a bummer to get shipped off. Like, and that's like a week or 2 after he had that video where he's like, I'm fucking sick of it, man. I'm fucking sick of losing. And then they're like, oh, yeah, you're sick of losing? Go to an even worse team.
Oh.
He's like, I've been here for 7 years.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy Chicago, buddy. They'll love you there. But is anyone taking the Patriots for this one? Because that does. I mean, this seems.
I'm taking the Patriots just because I think Bill Belichick can game plan around a weak point.
Yeah, like, dude. I gotta switch it up now that I'm thinking about all this.
Because if they have the ends are just wide open, then you do outside stuff. I don't know exactly what that's going to be, but I think the Patriots have been.
Ron Rivera, it seems like he's really lost there. I don't know what happened to Ron. He seemed to have lost his mojo since his Carolina days. He looks lost over there. I don't know what happened last week, but apparently some big debacle. I don't know. He seems a little out of it this year.
Sometimes we question if he was even that good in Carolina. He just had good players.
Could be.
Because here's the thing. So, I did see a rumor that allegedly the Commanders might be making a move to trade for a head coach this offseason.
You can trade
none other than Bill Belichick.
What?
Yeah, it's what the Bucs did to get John Gruden, and it's what the Broncos did to get Sean Payton.
Fair enough.
But yeah, there's a rumor that the Commanders might be going for Bill Belichick this offseason.
Sick, dude.
He's like kind of from the area. His dad was at the Naval Academy for a long time. He coached at the Naval Academy too. So he has ties to the area. So there's a rumor.
That's super weird. That'd be crazy. We gotta move on from this game. It's just sad to talk about. Instead, let's go over this other one that's slightly better, I guess. New Orleans is hosting the Bears. That's gonna probably be a beatdown. New Orleans seems to have finally woken up on offense, much to the discomfort of every Buccaneers fan everywhere. But yeah, they're probably gonna win this game too.
Yeah, I went Saints myself. As much as I would like to support the Shepherd product of Bajan, who I will be at the Shepherd game this weekend.
Oh yeah, I do love Bajan.
I can't.
Hey, the guy's got
I
6
got-
tattoos. Also, like you just gotta root for him.
His dad's
What's
like
not-
a
what's not to like?
his dad's like a 29 time world arm wrestling champ.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, how can you not get behind that?
Right. Yeah,
But
I
they're
would like
Saints
the
on this
Bears
one.
to win. I don't think they're going to.
No.
I find
No.
myself hard rooting for the Bears, though.
Anyway, we got Saints. You're still eating those cookies from last week, huh, Dan? I mean, yesterday. I remember you got those the other day, and you were like super happy with that big old jar of cookies, and I'm just glad that you're still enjoying them. That makes me happy.
Yeah, I
anyway,
still got a lot to go.
well, there was a shitload in that bucket, so yeah. All right, guys, listen. Seattle's traveling over to Baltimore. This is a battle of birds. Okay, they're both birds, but I don't know. I think Baltimore's got this. You know, Ravens are pretty cool, as we well know. You know, because the Rockford Ravens are called the Ravens. You know, most of the well-known Ravens. Anyway,
They were called it first.
yeah, I was just gonna say, but Rockford Ravens have been around longer than the Baltimore Ravens, haven't they?
Yeah.
Copycat.
I don't like that they're called the Ravens, but that's just me. The dude got drunk and died in the city, and that's why they named the team after him.
Oh, really?
What?
That's all Edgar Allan Poe did was get drunk in Baltimore and die.
Anyway, Corey,
That's
do
pretty.
you think
I don't know enough
that's
to dispute that. So fine.
Anyway, no, I think the Ravens defense is just too much to handle right now. Although I'll admit, I didn't expect that game last week to be as close as it was against the Cardinals, only winning by 7. So, there was a little bit of garbage time going on, but they did let up 17 points in the fourth quarter while scoring 10. But, yeah, I think Seahawks can't manage that defense, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's Seattle defense. I mean, Baltimore's defense is too scary. Lamar Jackson is hitting his groove. I think they're going to be fine in this game at home. Tampa Bay traveling to Houston. I do have a struggling fucking Tampa Bay team who is like, 1-3 over the last 4 weeks. It's been rough watching the team, but we're playing a bad football team, so we should be able to win.
Houston got shocked last week.
Yeah, they lost to Carolina. Like, they're a mess. We got to win this game. If we don't win this game,
I thought they were a fake team. Now they seem like a real team. I don't know what's going on with the Texans. I can't pick them right.
I really thought Houston was on the way up.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they dropped the ball against Carolina. Maybe CJ Stroud just has PTSD from college, and he was like, I'm in college again against Bryce Young. I got to lose. It's Alabama. They're like, no, calm down. It's just Carolina. They're like, no, it's Alabama. You guys don't get it. He's over there. I think Bryce Young has been kicking fucking CJ Stroud's ass since they're like in fucking middle school, those two. So it's like he just has PTSD when he gets onto the same field. He's like, the little short man's back. No.
I was going the Bucks. They switched it to the Texans. I don't know, man.
I went Tampa myself. I think they'll find a way.
Let's fucking hope so. Christ, if we lose to the Texans, there's only so many super chats I can leave, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so we got.
I don't think the Panthers' magic is going to continue. I want Indy on this one.
Yeah, same Z's. I think a lot of people are pretty optimistic here with 13% pick rate, but no, I think Indy's got this. I think Gardner Minshew settles down all these crazy turnovers and just throws slightly less interceptions and leads the Colts to victory because they're looking pretty good this year, honestly. Not like super good, but they're looking decent.
I think given the issues that they've been dealing with all season, they've been handling it relatively well.
Yeah, for sure. Corey?
Indy. Yeah, I think I have not really followed either of these teams too closely, but I don't think I think the Panthers, like we were saying last week, when are we going to start picking them to get their first win? They got their first win. I think now they're kind of just going to cruise. They might pick up a couple wins here or there, but I think Indy's a more solid team at this point.
Agreed. The fucking Raiders fired Josh McCown. Josh McCown has now been fired again as a head coach. Probably the last.
I mean, Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, whatever. Gotta be the last we're gonna see of this guy, right? At coach, nobody
No,
seems to
he'll
like.
be.
Nobody seems to
Oh,
want
as
to
head
this guy
coach,
play
probably
with
not.
him. Like, wasn't it similar in
Well,
Denver? Like all the players kind of turned on him there too.
Well, no, you heard the story about Denver, right? Like they were winning, and then they got caught for basically their version of Spygate, and then they just started losing.
I forgot about that.
So, like, yeah, but they fired McDaniels, they fired their GM, and then they benched Jimmy G, all in like a day.
Yeah.
We got Agent O'Connell starting against the Giants.
Who? Oh, the rookie. Hey, but
The rookie,
honestly,
yeah, he started.
this is who they should have started over Brian Hoyer. I mean, I know I've lost my shit about Brian Hoyer starting, but it's fucking offensive, dude. I remember Brian Hoyer coming in about 5 years ago, and I remember thinking, why is this guy still in the NFL? And here he is, still collecting an NFL paycheck, like 5 or 6 years later, taking reps from a rookie. No, dude, get out of here. Go sit on the couch. You were never a really good quarterback. Nobody needs to see you throw the football around anymore. It's fucking ridiculous.
No, bro.
He might be one of those mentor guys where they keep him around just to mentor new people.
Yeah, but then don't put him on the
If he's
field.
older. Yeah, that's fair.
You know Brian's not his first name.
Well, I don't want to talk about Brian Hoyer anymore, but the Raiders are probably going to win a game here against the Giants.
I think they
It's
have a
actually
little
cool.
vengeance.
It's Axel.
It's Axel. You know, like, I think he went to Michigan State,
Brian.
so like I don't even want to hate on him. Like as a Michigan State guy, like it's cool, but it just drove me
His
crazy
name's Axel
to see him
Edward
going in
Brian
there last
Hoyer.
week. That's actually pretty funny. Do either of you guys have the Giants in this one? As much of a
No,
mess as the Raiders are, the Giants are even a bigger mess.
But I mean, they played really well against the Jets though last week. Like,
Did they?
as good
They
as the
scored
Jets
10
defense
points.
played-
They scored 10 points.
Huh?
They scored 10 points.
They played really good against the Bills, though.
Yeah, they played good against the
They
Bills.
did, yeah.
And they still lost that game because they scored like 9 points.
I mean, they had Danny DeVito throwing passes back there by the end of the game.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So to say they're playing really well just seems like a stretch.
So Raiders.
They might have been better off. They might have been better off if Danny DeVito was throwing passes back there.
Anyway, yeah, do you have the Raiders or the Giants?
Yeah.
Dead?
No Raiders, but it's going to be a tight game again. Giants keep it close.
Yep.
This was an interesting one to pick, was Cowboys going to the Eagles. I think since it's in Philly, I'm going Eagles on this one. But I do think this is a little closer than some people are giving it a chance for, you know? Maybe it's just the Cowboys.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised that this one was like 80-20 split on here. I was expecting more of a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
I did take the Eagles myself. But, I mean,
has a hurt calf or hurt thigh, something like that. Jalen Hurts, apparently his thigh is hurt, so maybe that'll help us.
Couldn't hurt us. Couldn't hurt them. Anyway, I guess we'll see what happens. Did you take the Cowboys here, Cora?
Yeah, I think the Eagles are probably the better team at this point because the Cowboys are so inconsistent. I think when the Cowboys are on, they're a better team, but it's really like two different football teams could show up. It really just depends which one shows up.
That's
If the right team shows up, then the Cowboys. If they all party out and show up hungover, then definitely Eagles.
They shouldn't do that, Dan. They shouldn't go out and party the night before a football game.
No one would ever do that.
No one. All right, anyway.
Look, nothing tops getting on the boat before the playoff game, so.
Yeah. Down in Cancun.
Yeah.
So the Bills traveling to Cincinnati. I think this is a new Cincinnati team that we saw early in the season. They're starting to look good. They're starting to look confident. Joe Cool slinging the ball around. I know the Buffalo won against the Bucs, but I wasn't overly impressed or anything. Like they seem like they're struggling to figure their lives out a little bit this year.
The Bills seem to be falling apart. Cincinnati seems like they remembered how to play football, but I still am going to go with the Bills on this one just because, like, the Bengals have they had like 2 good games so far? 1 good game so far? Like,
2.
It seems a bit soon to be like, yeah, no, they're 100% back. Like, the Bills have had 2
they beat
bad
the 49ers,
games.
and then last week they beat somebody even more prevalent. That's right, they beat the 49ers this week.
This is a 50-50.
And then they beat the Seahawks before that. I mean, I'm not 100% sold that the Bengals are 100% back, but I did take the Bengals on this one.
Yeah.
I think the Bills, even though like they're at a good record, it's just some of their games just haven't looked good lately.
I don't know
if
I'm going Bengals.
And I don't know if they play really down that the Bengals are going to hang around for them to stay in.
Because also, like, the Bills had that win over the Giants, which technically should count as a loss because you were that close to the Giants. So, really, you could look at them as 4-4.
And I mean, and that was sandwiched between 2 losses when they lost to the Jags and they lost to the Patriots.
Lost to the Patriots? Yeah, I'm definitely going Cincy. They're a mess right now. I can't be part of it.
Now, another interesting thing about this game is this is the first game that these two play each other in Cincinnati since the Hamlin incident. So,
all right,
I'm sure there will be a lot of fanfare in that.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was
the AFC Championship game last year, right?
But that was in Buffalo.
Right.
Yes, that's the first one in Cincinnati.
Right.
Since that incident where it happened.
Gotcha.
I think
Chargers traveling to the Jets.
Yeah, I went Chargers on this one too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the Jets have been like, I mean, yeah, sure, when Rodgers went down, nobody was expecting anything out of them, but like, they themselves have still been wishy-washy. Like they take the Eagles down, and then you can barely beat the Giants.
It was the weirdest game, that Giants game.
It was. Like, not knocking the Jets by any means, but like, you know, like they look good against the Chiefs, even though they lost. You beat the Eagles, and then they barely get over the Giants. Like, I don't know. And I think the Chargers looked really good last week on Sunday night. I get that it was the Bears, but they just seem to be ticking pretty well on that front.
They get all the primetime games, those Chargers. So we'll see Justin Herbert once again on primetime. Corey, what do you think about all this Jets football business? Do you think
definitely?
And also, how many moms has Zach Wilson banged?
Isn't he
over under 25?
He's so young, and I think he's been in a relationship for quite a bit. And
no, dude, don't let that fool you.
No,
every girl he bangs has to be a mom? Under.
No, I'm just saying, well, like, he targets moms.
I don't... I'm going under. If the line's 25, I think he's banged.
I'm definitely taking the over, dude.
They've all been moms.
My boy Zach cleans up. Just since he's been an NFL quarterback, I'm sure he's racking up 25 in one weekend. He loves his mom.
I mean, hey,
he takes good care of his ladies. In more ways than
apparently he's played a little better since old Donna Kelsey was at that Chiefs game. So
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
He just likes the type of women to teach him the ropes, you know? He just wants a lady to show him how to do it.
She made 2 Hall of Fame players, so he's looking for something.
Look, man, he's a young man who just made millions of dollars living in New York City. He just wants some proper guidance, you know? Just wants to make the right decisions. Corey, you have a dubious elbow. Eyebrow there. Are you doubting the sincerity of
That's
Zach
also
Wilson looking for a mentor out there in New York that would happen to be female and possibly very attractive.
that's true. Isn't he like mad religious? I don't think he's out there slinging dong if he's just
I think he
like
was.
he
think
was,
he
and then he
was.
was corrupted
Dude.
by the big bad city.
He's fucking a millionaire now. He doesn't have time for BYU anymore. Or the
come
Lord.
on.
Don't be silly.
As Pat McAfee.
You're
brought up
really
this
killing
whole
my
thing.
argument here, Corey.
What?
That is true. He is from
You know where this
BYU.
is
Why
going?
did this whole thing about him banging moms come out?
It was like 2 years ago. He slept
His
with his
friend's
mom's
mom.
best friend.
Yeah, his mom's best
I
friend.
thought it was his
and
mom's best friend. Yeah.
then also there was a
That's
thing with
friend's mom.
he had a girlfriend,
He
and
had a
then
girlfriend. Yeah.
girlfriend hauled off with like his tight end / roommate in college. So then there was a whole thing where everyone was like coming to his defense that this girl was cheating on him. And she was like, I didn't cheat on him, and like it was a weird situation, and he basically didn't say anything until the end of it, and he was like, went fishing with the boys. What happened? So I don't think there was ever really a resolution to it. He was
Anyway.
the one that said that he banged his mom's best friend. His girlfriend was like, he cheated on me. That's why I took this picture with his best friend / college trainer.
Wow.
The Zach Lore is
What a
very
fucking
deep
legend,
story.
dude. I hope this guy can figure out his NFL career because we are not done with you, Zach. You handsome motherfucker, you. Thank you for tuning in.
Lore out of him.
We really do, though. But seriously, people, like and subscribe our content. Corey here will show up to videos and give us vague sports coverage.
Vague at best.
Dad does a lot of work on the pod, and we'll continue to do so for you fine people. We love it. We like producing these videos. Like and subscribe. Have a terrific evening.